One of the hardest things for a dentist to accept is when they're just not good at something. It's not in our nature to admit defeat. We tend to believe that with enough research, enough practice, enough guidance from experts and your peers on Dental Town's message boards, that elusive mastery, or at least proficiency, should be right around the corner. Many newer dentists in particular struggle with the responsibilities of managing team members. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by staff shortages, candidate interviews, inventory control, and those petty, pesky interpersonal dramas that can make the office hallways feel like you've stumbled into a Jerry Springer episode. And even if your practice machinery is better oiled than most, how can you focus on excellent clinical work when so much else is pulling you away? The answer, most of you can't, not without running yourself into the ground, risking severe burnout, and hating the profession you thought you loved. You can't and shouldn't do it all. If your dental practice were a typical corporate organization, the owner dentist would probably be considered the president and chief executive officer, but CEOs of successful companies aren't mired down with day-to-day administrative tasks. They've got subordinate executives such as a vice president of human resources, a finance, and maybe a public relations officer. Think of your office manager as an HR executive who should be handling most internal and external staffing issues. A good office manager isn't going to run rogue, of course. They'll run major decisions past you for consideration before taking action, but ultimately they should have the freedom and responsibility to manage most of the practice's staffing issues. Put them in charge of placing ads and doing preliminary interviews for open positions, so you spend your time spending only on speaking with the best candidates they can find. Deputize them to manage the conflicts of your team and report to you their solutions, not the problems. A great office manager will also keep an eye on practice finances, looking for efficiencies and opportunities to grow the business, and everything from collection percentages to new patient promotions. Don't be afraid to go outside. When we discuss hiring dental assistants, many dentists say they give more consideration to a candidate's personality and outlook than existing clinical dentistry skills. The same could be true of an office manager. An orthodontist I recently spoke to said one of the best decisions he ever made was hiring a director of operations who'd been a regional manager at ADP, a payroll company. Her corporate training in marketing and sales and her innate understanding of how people want to be treated have been the backbone of our office culture, he said. The director of operations also created the practice's digital ecosystem, which includes onboarding of technology and training protocols. So much of what contributes to the success of a dental practice has nothing to do with the clinical results. It's about the patient's experience even before they walk in the door. How are they greeted during phone calls or when they walk in the door? How do they see team members behaving and interacting during their visits? Are they seen on time? Even if you think you're an effective leader, when it comes to HR issues, a good office manager can lift a huge daily workload off your shoulders and free you to work on clinical dentistry and your large-scale success. After all, the best sheriffs have great deputies. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the episode of Howard Speaks, please subscribe, like, and share. You know I appreciate you and your support. Take care, be good, and create a rocking great day.